The world is finding its way back from a pandemic both corrosive to the commercial and political order and devastating to lives and livelihoods. This second episode of the Forbes Asia CEO Webinar, The Way Forward, was held virtually on March 30th and March 31st. Business leaders delved into the road to recovery, the issues at hand, and the opportunities and challenges created on the path to a new normal. Here are some key insights from those discussions. In conversation with Steve Forbes, Chairman and Editor-in-Chief, Forbes Media, tighten your seatbelts, said Steve Forbes, Chairman and Editor-in-Chief of Forbes Media, as advice to those wondering what's in store from President Joe Biden's administration. The good news is the vaccine rollout in the US is faster and wider than in Europe and other places, making recovery imminent. The economy itself is ready to roar, said Forbes in a wide-ranging talk. Airline traffic is way up. Everyone wants to get up and do things, and so the economy should do extremely well short-term as the states finally end lockdowns. However, he also warned there could be a lot of turbulence in financial markets as the new administration's massive tax and spending plans, particularly its $2 trillion infrastructure package, could trigger inflationary pressure later this year and early next year. In turn, rising consumer prices could result in higher interest rates, he said. Already, the yield on the 10-year Treasury bond had risen to 1.7% from just 0.8% a few months ago. I think that's just a small beginning of what you're going to see, he added. The combination of inflationary pressures, higher taxes and other regulations on businesses that the Biden administration plans to roll out could undermine the economic recovery itself, cautioned Forbes, resulting in a backlash against Democrats at next year's midterm congressional elections. I think we'll see the Republicans taking both houses again and perhaps we'll get more benign economic policies, he predicted. He added redistricting in U.S. states due to population changes would likely increase congressional seats in Republican states. On U.S.-China relations, Forbes expected America's dealings with the world's most populous country would continue to be rather frosty. Still, he was hopeful that the two sides could firm up agreements on tariffs and other trade issues. On the other hand, he predicted other Asian countries such as Japan, India and Indonesia would move closer to the US. As for US equities, Forbes had some words of caution for investors. I'm surprised that the US stock market is as high as it is, and the markets are counting on the fact, and on the hope, that the Biden administration won't be able to get through some of these very anti-growth policies, especially on taxation, he said.